Let's have one deck that has zero Pokepads, which is the superior deck because their logic is, oh, there's bug catching set. You can't give a bug catching set and Pokepad. It's too broken. So the entire pre-release time, I was joking around, being like, "Oh, I really hope I don't get the superior deck. That would really suck if I end up today with zero Pokepads." And the reason that the Pokemon TCG is now saved, I think everyone breathed a sigh of relief when they saw that card. I'm going to talk about. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the ninth episode of the Top Cut Pod. It is hosted by me, Juan Pablo Ipiales, and my amazing coworker and co-host, Lucas Ward. How are you doing today, Lucas?
Pretty good, pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty tired. I we're recording decently early, for the most part,
Mhm.
and I definitely just feeling a little tired for sure.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm on March break right now, so just staying up late, and now yeah,
yeah,
mornings
yeah.
are a bit harder.
Mornings are staying up later, being but you deserve the break. Teachers work
Yeah.
too hard. Teachers work way too hard. So you for sure deserve the break. But no, I've been good for the most part. Last tail end of my last semester, which is nice. So I think by the point we record the next episode, I'll probably be done everything, bar maybe one exam. So it's just like crunch time right now.
Right.
Yeah, just a lot with my research project. There's just a lot going on. It's just like crunch time because I have a conference in May, which I'm super excited I'm going to present it. Which is really fun, really exciting, but it just means that like the stakes are a bit higher because like
hmm
my supervisor is just like, okay, now we gotta lock in. Um, but overall, pretty fun. Um, in terms, we'll get so for today's episode, we're gonna talk a bit about pre-releases and why I think you should go to them because I actually recently went to my first one, despite playing the game for a year competitively. Then we're going to talk about Lucas's amazing run of a couple of challenges he's had. I unfortunately have again hit the period of not playing Pokemon in person because that's just what happens during the later end of the semester. And then we'll go through a couple of cards from the new set in Japan, Ninja Spinner, that has released. So we're going to be talking about some of the cards in there that we find interesting, that we think competitively are going to be pretty cool. And yeah, that will be the episode. So quickly, yeah, quickly just for me, for what I've been doing Pokemon wise, I've been playing Garchomp online. I found a home, and something that was fun. Mega Froligator was impossible to make work with the support that water types have now. But yeah, that's kind of been me. And Lucas, how about we take it over to you? I'll talk about my first pre-release experiment. Do you remember your first pre-release experience and what set it was? Because I'm assuming it's probably a bit older than mine.
Um, it might have been like, when did I start playing? It might have been like Lost Origin, uh, something around that time, just because I still have. Actually, wait, no, it definitely wasn't Lost Origin, because I was gonna say because I still have like the pre-made decks sealed
Hmm.
from Lost Origin. So before that, at some point. But I love pre-releases. They're so much fun. It's like I don't know if a breath of fresh air is the right term to use, but it's so different than just like regular cups and challenges, just because you're not playing with the most powerful cards that are allowed. It's so much more chill. The decks you have are um, very pretty balanced, I would say. And it's just brand new because you're playing with brand new cards, uh, cards you probably never play with again, um, and just like figuring out what could work in your deck, just like figuring that out on your own instead of just checking what other people are doing. I love that about it, just the deck building part of it. Just yeah, figuring out how can I make this work? How can I get some extra packs? I love that.
Yeah, no, pre-releases are super fun. So the reason I haven't played one, honestly, there's no like reason behind it. I think I was just like
Mhm.
always like, oh, I'll buy the Bill and Battle box, and then like I will get the packs, I'll get the cards that come with it. Because I've been doing that for every main set since I want to say Journey Together has been like so like a decent amount of time where I've been buying like just a pre-release box.
Mhm.
Um, but then this time, I I don't know. I had the free time, like it just lined up perfectly. I had the money for it, so I was like, okay, let's go to a pre-release. So I went to the pre-release that we hosted last night. We're gonna host another one tomorrow, which hopefully I'll get this video out by tonight. So that'll make sense. So last Thursday at Top Shelf, we hosted the pre-release, and I was able to participate in it. Right off the bat, thank God I played this in person, and I was surrounded by people while I played this because I got what. For those of you who don't know, in this pre-release kit, there are 4 decks. All the 4 decks are, like as Lucas said, pretty balanced. They're all pretty bad too. Like for the most part, they're pretty clunky and don't you can't really do much with them. But what happened was, for whatever reason, the Pokemon decided to be like, let's have one deck that has 4 Pokepads, which everyone wants. Let's have 2 decks that have 2 Pokepads. Let's have one deck that has 0 Pokepads, which is the superior deck, because their logic is, oh, there's bug catching set. You can't give a bug catching set and Pokepad. It's too broken. So the entire pre-release time, I was joking around, being like, "Oh, I really hope I don't get the superior deck. That would really suck if I end up today with 0 Pokepads, because I don't open sealed product anymore, and I'm not gonna pay $8 for a common card." And Lucas hands me the superior deck. and,
Sorry.
and not only that, I then for my 3 normal packs, it pulled nothing. Like Mega Skarmy, the Decidueye, and then nothing from my other pack. And then the person who I was sitting with pulls the gold Mega Zygarde. So overall, started the pre-release not feeling happy, but very grateful that I did this with a group of people, because I think if I did my normal thing, I would have been so much more upset, because then there's
Hmm.
nothing to look forward to. I'm not going to play this deck. I just got a bulk box of 40 cards I'm not going to use, but it didn't happen this time. In my experience, the deck was actually quite fun. Like you're really right about like how it's like you're never gonna use these cards again, but it's really
Hmm.
fun. I didn't realize how good Rosa's encouragement is going to be, or could
Yeah.
be, just because I was just playing the card and I was like, oh, this is like really good. Like this is a really really good card. The good thing
For
about the
the people
Super
who don't know, what does roses do?
Rosas, oh, can I remember? I will not remember off the top of my head. I have to like
Okay,
remember.
it's I believe it's attach 2 energies from your discard pile to your stage 2 in
And
play.
it's
Is
I
that?
think it's only if your opponent has less prize cards. I think that's the
I can
stipulation.
look it up. I'll look it up. Yeah, if you have more prize cards remaining, attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your stage 2 Pokemon.
So yeah,
Yeah,
a pretty good
very
deck.
strong.
Like actually, like a pretty good card. Actually, I was thinking about this.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, this is a really good Dragapult late game.
yeah.
It's good for specifically. I haven't played Garchomp, so I'm like, oh, that's really good for Garchomp late game, because especially when you're discarding these energies, to
Yeah.
for Garchomp second attack, which it does 260. But obviously, yeah, the Cincinnati's Roserade that buffs the damage by 30 for every Cincinnati Roserade you have in play. Um, so I was thinking about this. I'm like, oh, this is like a really good card. So I am happy because I pulled one and I got one from the deck. And then
Hmm.
overall, I would say like a little fake salty in the moment, because I did also pull one of the grass energies, the special grass energies. So it's things called the
Mm.
growing energy. It provides 1 grass energy, and then it gives your grass Pokemon 20 extra HP. And that's
Mhm.
actually pretty cool, because I also like playing Mega Venusaur, and I have 3 of them now. And I think I traded for another one, so I think I might have a playset. So actually, all in all, go to
Sweet.
pre-releases, because even if you get a deck you don't want, people are gonna be willing to trade. I think the only
Mhm.
bad thing is like it's obviously super cool if you play like if you pull like an SIR replayable card. Like I don't think anyone pulled a Meowth. Denzel pulled the Meowth. So one person pulled the Meowth. Um,
Wait, did he
so
pull the SIR, man?
no, he just pulled a normal one. He just pulled a
Oh,
normal
okay,
one.
okay.
But the only bad thing is that if you pull even an IR or an SIR, like the prices are so wonky. And I know a lot of
Hmm.
people trade based on prices, which is totally fine. Um, which only sucks because I got the IR Clefairy and I wanted to trade it for the IR Badoo that I knew someone else had, but then we looked at the prices and we're like, oh, this is like
Yeah.
the Clefairy is like $60 right now. Where is it gonna settle? We have no clue. So we ended up doing the
Hmm.
trade. But my girlfriend ended up really liking the card, so she's a proud owner of an IR Clefairy.
Yeah, if I pull that Clefairy, I don't get to keep it. That's
Yeah.
for my girlfriend.
I was like, do you like this card? She's like, yeah, and she put it in her phone case. So that's it. I'm never gonna see that card again, but I'm fine with that. No, it's pretty cool because we're gonna start thinking like she's gonna go through my bulk, and then she's gonna get like her a binder for herself to start
Awesome.
kind of collecting, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
But overall, it was really fun. Like I think like first pre-release, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if this has happened before. It was very rock paper scissors in terms of decks. Like
Oh yeah.
Superior into Hone Edge. Hone Edge wins super easily because you just can't sit up fast enough as the superior player. Superior player into Barbarical or the I forget the T Rex's name. I'm gonna call it
Tyrantrum.
the Tyrantrum is pretty easy if you set up one because and if we get the energy attached, um, because they can't. It's super effective.
Hmm.
So pretty rock paper scissors, but does that happen at most pre-releases?
I mean, for the most part, there's usually just a deck that's better than the other ones. Um, but lately, with how they've been doing it, where like they used to have it where the kits were like mixed, so you could
Mm.
get two different like decks, I guess, in combined in one. Since they've had it where like all the decks are the same, so if you get the Tyrantrum deck, all the Tyrantrum ones are the exact same. I think it's been a bit more balanced. Just in terms of like, there's not one that's better than all the other ones. Like there are decks that will beat it. There's decks that it will lose. That it'll beat. But it used to be a lot worse where there was just like by far one deck that's better than all the other ones. But I think like this one seemed like just how just from you saying like, oh, if you play this you lose, if you play this you win. Like that's is balanced, I guess.
And
Um,
I think, yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah. No, you're good.
And I think it's like the beauty of it for new players. Like at the end of the day, it's like we had people who don't like they really enjoy collecting Pokemon, they just don't play, or they've been really intimidated to start playing competitively. Like our coworker Laura, she's like been collecting Pokemon I think longer than I have, and she's been wanting to play. But then she sees like everyone playing like the same Goldango deck. She sees everyone playing Gardevoir, and she's like, "Why would I want
Hmm.
to play this game and get into it?" And I'm like, "Fair." But then, like I think you have a great time at pre-releases because it's just like whatever happens happens. I had like my game two was actually really exciting, like really like fun because my
Hmm.
opponent was really smart and he kept sending out his fossil. So and there's no Gus, right? In the pre-release, and I think it's like things you don't think about because I
Hmm.
pulled a Pokemon catcher and then I didn't put it in my deck because I was like, oh whatever, and I'm like, wait, there's no Gus, and I thought
Hmm.
it wasn't gonna matter, but then
Yeah, if you
he
get a Pokemon catcher, that should be in your
that
deck.
should go to your
Yeah.
deck. Anything that does Gus, like put in your deck. I just thought in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna have to guess anything. Like it's never gonna be important because it's just one prize card
Hmm.
regardless. And then I forgot that fossil Pokemon don't like the fossil form doesn't count as a Pokemon, so you can't take a prize card from it.
Hmm.
And then I was regretting it the entire time, being like, I wish I had the Pokemon catcher. But
Right.
really, really fun. I love Drayden as a card because it's like it's only good in pre-release. Like Drayden, like I have
Yep.
so much Drayden, and it is the pre-release scout for sure.
Yes.
It like it saved me a couple times.
Mhm.
That's really really fun. But yeah, my third game was really fun. It was, like, all my games are just fun. Like my third game was I lost it very quickly. The Honedge deck is just so ridiculous. Like being able to like do so much
Mhm.
damage so quickly. Um, but yeah, you're right. Such a breath of fresh air. Like you just like being like willingly choosing going first it's like
Mhm.
such a brush of fresh air that just doesn't exist anymore in the current
Yeah.
format. Like no deck wants to go first, and if you're playing a deck that wants
Mhm.
to go first, you're playing a deck that's dies like in a couple turns because it's meant to donk or something.
Right.
So objectively, just like such a fun format.
Mhm.
You're going to the one tomorrow, right?
Yes. Yeah, so that'll be fun. It's the only one I'm gonna probably do for a perfect order. Um, but yeah, I'm really excited.
Is there
I love
any
pre-releases.
like? There's a lot of cards in this set that I think would be really cool to pull. Is there anyone that like? Is there any one card that you're like? I really hope I get it.
Oh, the SIR Meowth.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like it's just like it's so playable and I'm gonna use it in like every deck I play. So I want to get the best version of it. But like the Zygarde looks cool. the SIR Zygarde is beautiful. Like I think that's the best looking card
Oh
in the
yeah.
set. Um, but the Meowth is just because how playable it is. I want it. Um, this Mega Starmie is awesome. That SIR. So those would be my top three. I think like Zygarde, Starmie, or Meowth, just because Starmie's cool and it is playable. Like it's in a deck that I want to try out. Meowth because it's in every deck, and then Zygarde just because it is kind of playable, but it's also just beautiful.
I
Like I
was
love the artwork of
yeah,
that
no,
card.
the Zyger card is beautiful. Like I think
Hmm.
the problem, not the problem with the internet in general, but the problem with Pokemon Online specifically is that it takes away of how good some of these cards look. Because
Hmm.
I first saw the Mega Zygarde, I was like, oh, it looks kind of like there's like too much going on. Like I don't really like it. And then
Hmm.
one of our locals, Jonathan, who like gets the luckiest guy on this planet,
Hmm.
he showed us not one but two of the SIR Zygardes that he pulled over his
Hmm.
other pre-releases, and I looked at the card, I was like, oh, this is way better. Like this is
Yeah, because it
so
has
much
all the
better.
different forms of Zygarde in the background. I think like that's to me the coolest part of things they're doing lately. Like with Megas, like on most of the Mega cards that aren't the regular version, there's the regular version of the Pokemon in the background.
Hmm.
So that's so cool. I like just that detail about these cards.
No,
I
no,
think you were gonna
yeah.
say something else. Yeah.
No, it's really really cool. And then like the
Hmm.
Mega Starmie is also really sick. Like the Mega Starmie just looks like it looks like just Godzilla, and I'm just like, this is cool. Like it's
Yeah.
just like a guy, like, just a huge
Such a
beam.
funny Mega. It's just long legs.
And like they actually made it look sick in the TCG, which is
Yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
it only re-incentivizes this idea to me. Like Pokemon is meant to be a 2D game, and they're like, I don't care how good graphics get, it's meant to be a 2D game because you look at like Mega Starmie and you're like, oh, this looks awful, and they look at the artwork and you're like, oh, this is cool. Same with
Yeah.
like, I guess quickly, I don't know if the new starters were out last time I recorded, but like same with the new starters for Gen 10. Brute
Hmm.
Supremacy over here, I've already made up my mind. It's the best one. Um,
It's I think at first I was Gekwa and now Brout I think
yeah, it's about
is my
propaganda,
favorite.
and it's worth
Yeah.
it. But Brout, like even when I saw the 2D the 3D sprites, I was like, oh, they look okay, and I saw the 2D artwork, I was like, oh, Pokemon's a 2D game. A bit of a tangent there, but yeah.
Mhm.
I hope you're able to pull one of them, or at least a normal Mewtwo, because I think that card's gonna get really expensive.
Yeah.
Um, but the good thing is, I was thinking about this. It should not be too long until we get a new trainer's toolkit. I hope. I'm pretty sure it's not too long.
Yeah.
And the Pokemon Company should use their brains and be like, everyone just wants a Meowth. So
Hmm.
hopefully it will come out
Yeah.
soon.
And like that card I know that like playable cards like that it will get reprinted in a set.
Hmm.
So eventually the price of it will I mean it will hopefully go down. Like it should be a pretty cheap card just because of how much I expect them to print it. Um but yeah, Trainer's Toolkit that would be awesome.
Or just like
I would be buying one of
yeah,
those. Yeah.
or any deck.
Any
Like
product that has it guaranteed.
yeah, I will like for sure be buying it. But no, the
Mhm.
set's pretty fun to open for the most part. I think it's a smaller set if I'm not mistaken. So it's quite cool. Like I really like special sets. Like Ascended Hero is a really cool set, but I really like sets that don't have a lot of the fluff, like like the Pokeballs, all this stuff.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that's pretty much yeah. No, end of the day, go to pre-releases. They're so much fun. Even if you don't know how to play the game, I played someone round one who didn't know how to play the game, and he was just having a good time. I was just having a good time. It's just it's a really good way to experience the TCG, and then if you like it, I would recommend playing something that isn't meta. You're gonna enjoy the game a bit more.
Yeah.
Anyways, Lucas, so you told me yesterday that you've been on a bit of a good run with your
I have been.
challenges.
Yes.
So how about you talk a bit about that? And obviously,
Sure.
I'll put the deck list in post rotate and in post so everyone can see
Yeah.
it. Just talk to me
Um,
about the couple of challenges you've gone to.
yeah, so start with the challenges. The last three challenges I went to, first, second, first. Um, so I've been really loving Grimmsnarl. I'm just playing it a lot now just before rotation, before it loses TM Evo and TM Devo, and Arvin. Um, just I played the deck a while ago, had success with it, then I got a bit tired of it and now I brought it back and it's working very well into this meta. It's good against most things I play against except Absol box, but the one Absol box I played at a cup I went to, I beat just because they had a pretty bad start. But yeah, it has a pretty good matchup spread right now. Um, it's a lot of fun. I know it's annoying for a lot of people when I play against them, just the frost last ticks, just keeping up with that. But I kind of like that part of it. It's like it's a lot to think about, which I like. Um, but yeah, so with the challenges, I think the one that I got second at, I tied round one and then won all the rest of the rounds, but then someone went 4-0, so they beat me, but second is still very good. I don't remember all the games I played, but yeah, Grimmsnarl, it's awesome. And then I got top four at a cup. Um, so that was pretty awesome. I went 401 in Swiss, so I was first going into Top Cut, and then I have I cannot beat. I don't know if you know who Adam Calamat is, but
I do know who Adam
he's a very
Calamari
very good
is.
player. He's like top. I don't even know what number he is, but he's very good. I can't beat him in Top Cut. I play him all the time. Um, I just there's something about him. I don't know. I just can't beat him. He was playing Guardy. I should win. Um, in game two. So I won game one of top four, and then game two I was up 6-1, and then he counter catchered my Frostlass into the active spot, and then I dead drew for 7 turns in a row, and
Oh
then he won.
Jesus.
So that sucked. He just put Screamtail up and started sniping my Monkey Dories, and then
Mhm.
eventually won. So that was really annoying. And then game three was only like game two was or time was called at the end of game two. So game three was whoever takes the first prize card wins. I prized both my TM Evos,
Oh.
so I couldn't do that turn one to get off the first attack. He's item locking me with Jellicent. I can't candy into Grimmsnarl. So then he won. He won game three, so that sucked. But top four is still great. I only need so I'm at 161 points now, I think. So I either need a second at a cup or two top eights. So I'm getting pretty close. So I just as long as I get Ace Trainer, I'm happy. Uh, that card from last year is so nice. I'm so happy that I got it last year too. So I just want to keep getting the Ace Trainer cards for as long as I'm playing. That's my goal right now. Um, but yeah. Oh, I guess I'll talk about my list. It's a little different than most Grimstar lists just because I play the Pecharunt EX.
That's so cool.
Um, I haven't used it very much. I think Ursaluna is probably better, but it's just there. Like it's a good late game attacker, just like Ursaluna is. Um, it's just Ursaluna is a bit easier to attack with, just because usually late game you just have to attach one energy to it. For Pecharunt, you have to attach and then E-switch to it. Um, but it can do more damage than Ursaluna. It prevents you from getting retreat locked from like Yveltal or anything like that. Um, so it has its benefits, but it also has less HP than Ursaluna. Um, it doesn't suck as bad if you start it. Ursaluna is horrible to start. Um, but yeah, I've been really liking it. It's just something a little different. I also play the Pheasantipity. I know a lot of decks don't play that, but just being as consistent as possible with Grimmsnarl is very important, just because you're so reliant on uh, using supporters until you're set up. And
Yeah.
once you're set up, you don't really need them. But just being as consistent as possible is what I try to do, and it's been working. So happy about that. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say.
Yeah, I mean the
Mhm,
Patron seems really really cool. Actually, like that seems
mhm,
a really good tech for it. I mean, you're right. Starting Blood Moon sucks. Like as a
mhm.
Dragon, like I played mainly competitively. I've been playing Dragon Ball, for the most part. So yeah, every single time I start that card, I'm like, okay, cool. Scoop go next because what am I
Yeah,
gonna do? Because now not only do I have that, I have to put Lades in play, so I have two pretty
right.
bad cards. If they retreat that thing, it's over. Like I'm
Hmm.
not gonna win at all.
Yep.
But no, it sounds really cool. Congratulations. I think definitely the one thing I'm really excited for my masters is like I'm gonna be able to probably play things on the weekend. So I'll be able to go to more cups. I'll be able to go to
Oh
more
yeah,
things.
that'll be awesome.
As a Canadian, thank you. I love the fact that the Canadian government does support master students quite well, and I get paid during it, so that's pretty cool.
Yes.
So I'm super excited for that. That's one thing I've been looking forward to. I'm like, I'm gonna be able to play so much more Pokemon because as much as I love my job, I love working here, like where I love writing Top Shelf, but it's like I have one thing only I gotta focus on. So that's gonna be really
Right.
cool. So I'm able to play Pokemon, and like next season, I will be for sure
Mhm.
gunning for the Ace Trainer program. Um,
Awesome.
for the time that I have, and yeah, like have they released the one for this year?
No,
No, okay,
it probably won't be released. Actually, I was gonna say till after Worlds. I don't think that's true. Um, but they usually wait till the end of the season because the Pokemon on the card are like the best Pokemon of that season.
oh okay,
I think for the most part. I think that's what they did. I have it on my desk somewhere. I gotta find it. But yeah, it's like I think last year like it was like Badoo, Clefairy, uh Gardevoir might have been in the background. Like just like playable Pokemon. So they may wait to see what because there's still a lot of the season left.
yeah,
So
that's rarely true. If people continue watching, I feel like no one has been watching events recently. I feel like
Mhm.
that's I think rotation is gonna be such a brush of fresh air.
Oh yeah.
Because it was the only time I didn't stay up to watch it, but Azul he posts the vods when you watch Parties Them. It's the only Japanese event I've ever like watched the vod of after.
The Champions League?
Yeah, the
That?
Champions League post
Yeah.
rotation because
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is actually fun. Something I've noticed is that I just have to get really lucky and pull the Liz Fairy SIR from Ascendant Heroes if I ever buy anything from that set, and then I am set for life because that card is going to be worth a bajillion dollars.
It's so
Because
nice. It's so
every
nice.
deck is playing it. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, no, I'm very happy. It's very cool. I'm very happy for you. Um, I I'm excited for rotation for the freshness of the game. I'm not excited for rotation because I think Team Evo and Devo are such good cards in the format, and
Mhm.
it does suck losing them. I would really hope we got something similar. Um, just because, yeah, I think cards like Grimmsnarl kind of, or decks like Grimmsnarl, like I think having them in the format's really important.
Mhm.
But again, for me, Pokemon wise, haven't done anything. Haven't really played. Yeah, just playing online, just playing Garchomp, refining a Garchomp list because I think every single time I go to events and find one, I don't like the way that they play it. Um, my list,
Garchomp's cool. I like that deck.
yeah, Garchomp's really fun. Like farms Dragon Ball quite easily, which is really nice. Um, Also Mega Box is what I realized it also farms quite well. Because I played
Yeah.
against one of the seniors who stuck around after the pre release, and it also can get past Russell because of Spiritomb. So it is pretty cool. You just have to
Yeah.
force them to hit the into the Garchomp, and that's all she wrote because it will do 240 as long as you have one Rosary set up. Then you have enough to knock out the Crustle with the Juris Keep on, and from there it's really hard for them to establish multiple Crustles. So
Mhm.
any if they knock out with Spiritomb, you just have Night Searcher in it. I was joking around that the post rotation Garchomp list is the most not brainless, but I can say brainless because
Oh,
I'm
I
I'm
heard you
playing.
talking about this.
I
Yeah.
because I'm playing the deck, so it's the most brainless deck ever because you play four Pokepads, four Boss Orders, four Lilies, like four Night Stretchers. There's so many four-ups
Mhm.
that you play, and then the Fighting Energy. So there's like it's so much to do with it. So I'm
Mhm.
pretty excited for rotation for that. Okay, so a new set was released, or not released. I guess yeah,
It released in
released
Japan.
released in
Yeah, yeah.
Japan. So now as being part of the West, we're able to see the cards. Thank you so much for the wonderful team at Poke Beach carrying the TCG for such a long time and showing us and giving us translations that are accurate.
Mhm.
So definitely a shout out to the team at Poke Beach. So me and Lucas, right before the episode, we decided to choose a couple cards that we each wanted to talk about, just mainly in the competitive sense.
Mhm.
The IRs are all out too. If people want to look at them, I'll put a couple here on the screen that I think are pretty cool before we get into it. Um, but without further ado, I think the biggest card in the set. So we'll do this. I'll talk about a card, and Lucas will talk about a card, and we'll kind of go through there. So we've each chosen three cards. Me, like I think, yeah, both of us. It's competitively focused, just because we both play the game competitively. But I would recommend to check out our blog that will be posted on this eventually. I think Alora has recently posted the Perfect Order blog. So if you're wondering about a more collector side for Perfect Order, that'll be out, and then we'll do the same for Ninja Spinner. So I want to start with
Is
probably.
it called Chaos Rising in English, or is it like Crimson? I forget what it's
Oh
called
yeah, it
in
is different
English.
completely. It's Cast Rising. I think it's Cast Rising because I think
Chaos Rising.
they
Okay.
released CTB art for it. I don't know. Did the
Hmm.
pre-orders go up for that? I don't even know.
I didn't see. I was hoping they would this week because I'm off this week, but they didn't. So I was pretty upset about that because I can't get pre-orders when I'm at school.
Yeah,
So
that's very. I for me
I
it's
mean, they
because
could today. They might today, but I don't think so.
true, true. Let's
Mhm.
actually before we let's check the Discord. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mega Greninja EX is probably the most excited card that people are talking about. I never played in this
Mhm.
format, but everyone's saying that it's the same as Greninja Break. I'll put the two of them side by side for people to decide. I didn't play. I'm not gonna pretend to know anything about the Break format. I
I
just
did not play
remember,
back then either.
I just remember collecting those cards and being like, "This is silly. Why do I only have half of it?" And then trading the half of the cards I didn't have, and I look back at that and I regret that immensely because I think I did have Greninja Break, and I was like, "Oh, this is dumb. I only have half the card. I don't want it."
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways, so the ability Mortal Shuriken. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may discard a basic water energy card from your hand. In order to use this ability, place 6 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's pretty busted off the gate. Having a much better Monkey Dory equivalent is pretty crazy. The fact that you can just put 60 wherever, I mean, this is pretty ridiculous for like a lot of reasons. Like for example, I know that Bidoof Frostlass has been a deck post rotation. Cool. That Frostlass or that Monkey Dory, here's 60 damage on it, so it won't survive Pokemon Tick. Oh, here's a Fez that's
Mhm.
on the bench that I want to guss up, and here's 60 damage. And later on, I'll explain how you're gonna be able to do. Yeah, you'll be able to knock it out. Meowth, any like right, like Meowth on the bench. Here's 60 damage counters, or 6 damage counters.
Duskull.
He let me Duskull. Like, there's so many things that you're gonna be able to just like get off the board.
Hmm.
Um, so that's pretty ridiculous off the bat. And all I have to do is have a water energy. I'm not going to go too much in depth, but there's also the big net, which lets you just get 5 water energy or 5 water Pokemon, I think it is. Let me just double check that.
Scroll into it.
Yeah, shuffle
It's
up
at
to
the
three
bottom.
water deck from your discard pile into your deck, so you'll be able to just really like continuously have
Oh,
this
three water
available.
Pokemon and three basic energies. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
so
broken.
yeah, so it's
Okay.
pretty good. So you're gonna be able to get like if you're not worried about recycling energies, you're gonna be able to get them. I guess the one thing is post rotation. There's a bit less of energy search, or I think there's no energy search really. So I guess that's a way they're gonna try to maybe combat this. But throw
Hmm.
some lilies in there. Throw some honestly, throw some lilies in there and throw an energy count of like 7 or more, and you're gonna be hitting into that because that's what I do for Garchomp. I'm playing a
Hmm.
list without energy search, so I can kind of get used to that. And when in doubt, play lilies 9 times out of 10. I'm pulling the fighting energy I need. If they ever throw out some sort of water specific fighting energy search or generic energy search, this deck will become even more broken. Don't want to go into it again, not too much. Um, but then it also has the bubble energy, which isn't the best out of all the energies because it just like prevents from special conditions. But I mean, that means you can't delay with Monkey Dory. That means like you can't do some of these other stuff. So this ability on its own is ridiculous. And then the attack for only 2 water energy. It does 120 damage. You may put a water energy attached this Pokemon into your hand and have this attack do 80 more damage. So 200 damage, effectively 260. So objectively not a lot of damage, but your opponent is going to think twice before benching a lot of 2 prize liabilities. Um, like this is just a lot. Maybe we see people play Monkey Dory in this, maybe even Frostlass in this, because like then you can just have so much energy at your hand. That seems a lot to put into one deck, but you never know.
Hmm.
I think this looks pretty broken. I think it's definitely one of those like wait and see, like what happens with the format. But yeah,
Yeah.
Mega Greninja EX at the moment having 350 HP is also quite a lot, and that's more than Charizard and like, more than some of the other megas. So it's a pretty good card. I think the ability in itself is pretty good, and
Hmm.
it does have a retreat cost, so you're not going to just like promote it and retreat it into another attacker. Has a retreat cost of just one, but still ridiculous. Like still pretty good. Like you're knocking out Absols, right? You're making good exchanges for Absols into this if you have
Hmm.
a couple damage modifiers or a Monkey Dory. So with how beefy it is, I would only assume Monkey Dory would play it, and then you have Crispin. So then the possibilities of getting this energy are gonna be so much easier. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, this is actually a broken deck. I'm excited. I don't think there's been any events yet that have any Greninja EXX, so I'll
No.
be looking forward to seeing how this plays out. But I can only imagine this is gonna be a really good card. Okay, Lucas,
Oh yeah.
what's your first card?
My first card is Beedrill EX. So what Beedrill says is attack B Rumble for one grass energy. It does 110 damage times or yeah, 110x, which 110 damage for each Beedrill you have in play. And that's including itself. So I just think this is really cool just because you can, especially with Forest of Vitality, you can go from having like nothing in play to having this is very hard to do, but like you could potentially go from having nothing in play to having four Beedrill EX in play. Um, just evolving them right from it's Weedle's the first one, right? Yeah, Weedle up right up to Beedrill, and then for now at least, there's I believe there's only the Beedrill EX. There's no regular Beedrill. But hitting 440, if you have four Beedrill EX in play, seems pretty awesome. Grass decks, just in general, very interesting to me post rotation, just especially because of the stadium. Um, just being able to evolve so quickly, get these super powerful Pokemon that can hit 400 damage out just right away is really cool. And then you have supporters like Dawn in play that you can get all the pieces you need. You have bug catching set, Pokepad. Like there's so many cards that you can use now to get Beedrills into play. Um, like Secret Box gets you so much. I think I saw a list online, like a Beedrill deck that was playing Secret Box, but it didn't have any tools in it. So you're not even using Secret Box to the like as good as it could be. You need the stadium. You need maybe like a bug catching set or a Pokepad, and you need Dawn, and then you're swinging.
I
So
didn't, I didn't even think about Pokepad. That is, yeah, that's ridiculous. I
mhm.
was thinking about like everything
Yeah,
else, and then man, I'm so happy for Pokepad now because yeah,
yeah,
this card is gold. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, like even with like it still does 330. Like it still knocks out Dragon Ball.
yeah. Like three Beedrills is 330. Like that's still
It
very good.
it still knocks out Dragon Ball. I mean, if you're able to have any sort of damage modification, you can hit Mega Lucario. So or again, you said you get four in play. Like
You're not getting anything.
one,
Like
yeah,
pretty much everything,
yeah, like
except like a Venusaur with a Hero's Cape or something.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's like, but okay, that is really good. Yeah, that seems like a really
Mhm.
fun deck. And just quickly, do you want to say I do think it's really cool, that they are kind of still releasing kind of like two prize Pokemon, which is so good. I think it's a really good
Yeah,
healthy
and it's
thing to
not a
see.
Mega. Yeah.
Just because there is Mega Mutual, they could have for sure, um,
Hmm.
done Mega Mutual. So, but I really like that they are here trying to be like, hey, here's a two price Pokemon still. Like even I know Meowth is gonna be a little toxic because like yeah, for game, for boss. Yeah, I get it.
Hmm.
But the fact that there is so like important to a price Pokemon, I think is really good. Um, I do like. I just hope that also down the line they release some good one prize stuff too. Just like keep it somewhat fresh. But overall, it seems like post rotation is gonna be pretty good. And the reason that the Pokemon TCG is now saved, I think everyone breathed a sigh of relief when they saw that card. I'm gonna talk about special red card. Is it item
Yes.
based hand disruption? Yeah, but that's actually probably better than having an iron off return because you'll still be able to do some really cool stuff. Um, and it doesn't disrupt your own hand. So if you like what you have, you can play this and be totally fine. So special card, what does it do? Is an item card. You can only play this card if your opponent has 3 or less prize cards remaining, which I think is like perfect number for the mega format. Makes so much sense. They knock one of your megas, and hand disruption acceptable. I'm assuming people will play at least 2 of these in their deck, maybe even 4, just because the only hand disruption, and then it opens up the unfair stamp slot that has been in every deck just because people are desperate for hand disruption. At least in Japan and post rotation. Your opponent shuffles their hand and puts them onto the bottom of your deck. Then your opponent draws 3 cards. You may play as many item cards as you want during this turn. I can definitely see some toxic stuff happening in PTCG Live, like you have game or something, and then you just play like 2 of these for no reason, just to kind of upset your opponent. But very, very grateful that there is some sort of hand disruption. We were talking about this last time, where like they were gonna print something. Honestly, I did not think it was gonna be an item card. I thought it was gonna be a supporter, just because that's the team. Like I know red card has been in the format before. I know it's very popular on like Pokemon Pocket, but I don't think it's ever been like this good. And I think the other red cards don't really do as much as.
I know, like there was one like there's reset stamp, which was a thing. I forget if that was like shuffle and draw for your prize cards, but I do know it got banned in expanded. I think at least I don't pay attention to expanded, but like item based disruption is so strong. With this one, it's good. Like you can only play it once your opponent has, or it's your opponent has three
Yeah, your
prize cards,
opponent has
right?
3 price cards or less.
So like you can't play it right away, which is obviously good. Like at the beginning of the game, getting them to only have 3 cards in their hand, that would be insane. But I'm glad they put the rule for 3 prize cards. But yeah, you were looking up the red card.
Yeah, so the red card, the other one that used to be as part of the X and Y set, your opponent shovels his or her hand into his or her deck and draws 4. So this is just like significantly better because you have the really good thing about Iono, which I think if you're maybe a newer player or don't pay attention to the TCG as much, is that you're putting these cards on the bottom of their deck, and that is huge because you're if they have like Rare Candy Boss for game or whatever, like they're not going to be able to draw into it unless they have something that can shuffle their deck.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, putting these hands at the bottom of your deck is really good. I think it has some great decisions by Pokemon. There's pretty basic. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't really think like this is gonna be a very popular card. And yeah, I think the only bad thing I saw about the Champions League from whenever it was the first one post rotation, the really scary thing was that, like every deck was having unfair stamp as the only form of hand disruption. But now that
Mm-hmm.
won't be the case, so that's pretty good. The Pokemon TCG is officially saved. If you try to get into any other TCGs, I think you should come back. It's not gonna be as fun. Anyways, Lucas, what is your second card you're talking about?
Well, my second card is connected to my third card, so if you don't mind, I'll do both of those in a row. But Mega Floette EX is the next one I want to talk about. So just looking at it without the other card I'm going to talk about, it doesn't seem that great. So it's a Mega with 250 HP. Like that's pretty bad. Can get knocked out pretty easily for 3 prize cards. Its first attack, Gentle Light, deal 30 damage from each Pokemon. Could be okay against like a Frostlass Monkey Dory deck, but that's not really why you're playing this card, I don't think. Then the second attack, 200 damage. Search your deck for up to 4 basic Psychic Energy cards and attach them to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. That's pretty good. Getting 4 energy in play from deck is crazy good. I don't know if like you could power up. I don't really know exactly what you could power up with this. You could power up. There's a bunch of Deoxys that are also coming out in this set, which there's one of them that's really good. Yeah, the Deoxys that has Psy Spear, 120 active, and then if it has 5 Psychic Energy on it, it does 120 to one of the bench Pokemon. So that's pretty good. So just if they ever print really good Psychic Pokemon, if you can power up 3 Psychic Energy on the Mega Floette and get off an attack, you're set for a bit. But again, 250 HP is pretty low. But there's some stadiums coming out in this set. So the first one, is where is it? Prism Tower. So once during each player's turn, they may discard 2 cards from their hand in order to draw a card. That's not bad. You can discard 2, draw 1. But I don't know what they're calling these types of stadiums, but you can you can evolve the stadium into Ange Floette, I think is how you pronounce that. But if that's in play, your Mega Floettes have 150 extra HP. So then they go from having 250 to 400.
Oof.
So
That is
that's pretty
crazy.
good. But of course, stadiums can be bumped on your opponent's turn. It's only good if it stays in play, which is, I think, the issue with this. It's like it's gonna get discarded. Like people, if Mega Floette becomes something that's good, people are gonna be playing a bunch of stadiums in their decks to get rid of this stadium. But if they're not, 400 HP basic, that accelerates 4 energy to your bench, and we have Wondrous Patch in play in format as well, so
True.
you can power up the Mega Float with that. Um, that'll be pretty good.
And it synergizes
So
really well with the main stadium because you discard those 2 psychic energies and you start getting the
yeah,
wondrous patch
discard
up.
Psychics, attach them with Wondrous Patch.
Welcome back,
Yeah, so
Gardevoir EX.
yeah,
You weren't gone for
yeah,
long.
that's pretty cool.
um,
Mhm.
that is ridiculous. Yeah, like you said, like the stadium bumps definitely gonna be hard because you can only play one stadium during your turn, so you won't be able to get Prison Tower and Floette. So that's definitely gonna be hard. But I mean, I'm thinking about it. You have this.
You can do it in 1 turn.
Oh,
You
you
can do it in
can.
1 turn. On the Ange Float, it says this card can only be played by discarding a Prism Tower. You can play this card even if Prism Tower was played this turn. So
Oh,
you can do it in 1 turn.
that's ridiculous. So you can go
Yeah,
Prism Tower, discard 2, Wondrous Patch, attach, return, double Wondrous attack, double Wondrous
yeah,
Wondrous Patch. So you have 3. Put Ange, and you know what's crazy? If they took 3 prize cards, then you red card them. That's
yeah,
ridiculous. That sounds like a lot to have in your hand. But give it a
yeah.
Lily or something, and or a secret box. Secret box, like the move is you have one of them already in hand. You secret box for 1 Wondrous Patch, whatever, and then you're just able, and then you use the stadium, discard 2 psychics. Like it's a lot to do in 1 turn, but that is crazy. And like the Deoxys is
Hmm.
ridiculous too. Like I didn't
Yeah.
realize why do we need 4 Deoxys in one set? And like this isn't, and no, there has to be an IR of one of them at least. This article I don't think
I
has
hope
IR.
so. Deoxys is awesome, so that'll be cool.
So we have all 4 of the types of Deoxys, which is cool, but yeah, 120,
Hmm.
like that's ridiculous. Like you're able to then reset tempo, having a 1 temporizer, and if you're playing against a stage 3 deck, like maybe you're disrupting them a lot. That is quite
Hmm.
good. And then what does this psychic energy do? What's it? Because they released a new special psychic energy, right?
Oh, it's yeah.
Let me double check that. Let me
Let
see.
me. I'm just scrolling to it. Oh, it's not in the set.
It's on this. I
Oh,
think it was in
there was one though. Yeah.
perfect order actually. I think no one pulled it. It was in perfect order. So as long as it provides psychic energy, when you attach this card to your hand, you search your deck up to two basic psychic Pokemon and put them onto your bench. So you'll be able to find
That's
2
pretty good.
other
That's pretty good.
Floettes. You'll be able to put
Okay, yeah.
So welcome back Gardevoir EX. And then you hit for super effective against the 2 best decks in the post rotation format right now, which is Dragapult, all you need is Lyrical Fairy, which with that special energy, it's really easy to get apparently. Like this is a go first type deck. Like legitimately, this is a go first deck. I hope
Hmm.
we can get the special energy in play. Then you set up like a fairy, you set up another Floette. Next turn, you try to hit that combo of like getting the 2 discards, whatever. Um, Welcome back, Gardevoir EX is essentially all that there
Hmm.
is. Even like you're right that 250 for a basic mega is pretty bad. There's not a lot of things that are hitting to that though. Like Dragapult doesn't hit into that
Hmm.
unless it pops a Duskar,
Right.
a Dusclops. I mean, um, Mega Lucario does, but there's a chance that they whiff the energy attachment. Like it is
Hmm.
still a decent amount of HP. So this, like the more I think about it, the more
Yeah.
I think this deck is going to be really, really fun and really, really
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think it's gonna be like top meta deck, but I think it'll be a deck that you see at locals
yeah,
a
like
lot.
definitely like a little fun deck.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
if to end off our recap of new cards and to end off again the most funny thing you could ever play. Mega Dragalge EX.
Oh yeah.
This is the biggest local deck. Like I don't think that like this the you wanna go and farm some not points, but you just want to get as many packs as you can. Go to your local league and go play this 4 times a week, and you'll be a billionaire with the amount of investment you're gonna be making. Because what does Mega Dragalge EX do? You ask Juan. It is a stage 1 Mega Pokemon, 330 HP. That's pretty good. Or off the bat, like it's not hard to find that. Um, what does it do though? Let me actually double check. Does Spirit Strangle rotate? I don't think it does.
I don't think it is. It might though.
Let's double check. It does not rotate.
Okay.
Um, does it rotate? Actually, wait. Let me see. Nope. That's an H stamp. So, what makes this deck really cool? You might ask. The text is gonna be in Japanese, so I'm gonna have to read it for you because I don't think there's any English translations of the cards available. The first attack, Corrosive Liquid, discard all Pokemon tools and special energy from all of your opponent's Pokemon, which actually is kind of crazy. I didn't realize how crazy that is. Like Bravery
Hmm.
Charms, get rid of some stuff. Like that could be a pretty cool
Yeah, and
thing
the
in
special
itself.
energy that are coming out are pretty good.
Yeah, so
Like
you
all
could.
these new sets have special energies that are good.
So if it's ever a chance, maybe you do that to kind of set up for your next turn. This is where it gets wild, considering that Pearl Strangle doesn't rotate. So I will read Pearl Strangle during Pokemon checkup. Put 2 more damage counters on each non-poison Pokemon. That seems all right for the most part. You might be wondering that doesn't seem too bad, but when you read this ridiculous attack, Paris, Pernerius Poison. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned during Pokemon checkup. Place 16 damage counters on that Pokemon instead of 1. That means that it will be doing 320 in between your turns if your opponent
Mhm.
isn't able to get out the active spot. Not only that, it can be up to 180 if you have Pearl Jungle in play for one
Mhm.
turn. So if they ever hit into you and you have a Monkey Dory, you're gonna be more than fine. This deck and it's just a water and a dark type. So Crispin, I think this deck is just so it just stood up to me. Just because I find it so funny. Love status effects. Like I think Elora and I were talking about it because she was writing her blog on Perfect Order how she likes a Salazzle EX that burns and poisons your opponent's Pokemon at the same time. This is so ridiculous. Not only does the Mega look ridiculous, this card in itself is just ridiculous. It's so silly. Like if
Mhm.
I rocked up to a local and my opponent's like, "Oh, I'll go first," I'm like, "Oh, I'm fine." Like this guy, he might not know how to play the game, and then he puts up whatever the basic Pokemon of it. I'm like, "Okay, weird. Don't know what this is going on." I play my GPs. I play my Badoo. I think I'm set. I think I'm gonna do great. I think this game is gonna go swimmingly. And then he evolves into Mega Dragality, plays Crispin, and then I realize that there's gonna be zero chance to get Dragapult on board. And when I eventually do, I realize that it has a Monkey Dory set up. So anything I hit into it, he's just gonna hit it back, and I'm still gonna get knocked out. Um, and the worst part about it, I won't be able to use Fez because poison knockouts in between turn do not count as your opponent being knocked out during their turn. This card is just absolutely ridiculous. I know this is gonna be the worst. This is gonna be like we had the cloth that was the worst thing to see on the ladder. We have currently what's something I hate seeing on the ladder? We have so many things I hate seeing on the ladder. This is about to be public enemy number 1 for the most annoying deck that you're seeing on the ladder. It is not going to work well. It's not going to be right. But when you're going to locals, when you just want to have a good time, this seems like such a great card.
And then it does combo with something else in the set. I don't know if you saw
Oh, I
the
did not.
Goodra.
Oh, what does the Gudra do?
So Gudra's ability is when your opponent's active Pokemon retreats, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that Pokemon does not retreat, and your opponent does not discard an energy. So you can sort of lock them in the active spot, so they have to take the poison damage on the way back. So
So,
like Dragalge and Gudra, like Gudra's a stage 2, so it's not this is not a consistent deck, but if you get it set up,
I mean, what?
it's pretty cool.
You need open hand, you get Buddy Buddy Poffin. All right, you get Buddy Buddy
Yep.
Poffin. Get your Gloomies into play. Hope you start your other card. You get Pokepads. Yeah, this deck is just such. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, and that's ridiculous. I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the deck that you're trying to practice for a cup, and you hit on ladder 2 times in a row, and then you just get tilted because every single time you go to retreat, you don't hit it. Your Badoos are
Mhm.
getting decimated. Like this is so ridiculous. Welcome back. I don't know. I've never played anything that has anything like this, which is why I find it so exciting. But this is
Mhm.
fantastic. But other than that, I think that's kind of all that we have for this month's episode. Thank
Mhm.
you everyone so much for watching. I think next time we record, it will be. Do we have a thing again where we're going to be the last tournament before rotation? Because
The Sorry, what
rotation.
do you mean?
Because remember last year we were the last tournament right before. Rotation was on the whatever date, and since we have our locals on Thursdays, the league challenge we had was right before rotation.
Oh, I'll check.
Is
Um,
that gonna happen again? Let's see.
so
April
rotation happens April 10th. Our challenge is
April 9th.
April 9th.
Yeah, so it will happen again. So we will have a fun little farewell sanctioned tournament for league challenges. I'll try my best to go to that one, and I'll play Golgango, and I'll win it, and then I will never
Yep.
feel bad because I'll never have to see that deck, and I won't have to face the moral conundrum of Goldango players. Because I'm not strong enough to do that regularly. I can do it once and say it's done. That will be my first challenge win. I'm kidding. I don't know.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for us. So we will, I guess, next
Mhm.
week we'll be talking about, I guess, for next month we'll be talking about predictions about rotation. Hopefully, we'll have some cool events with the perfect order. Let's see how things shake up, and we'll talk about things because there was nothing to talk about in events this week. It was the same stuff over and over again with some Pokepads. Gardevoir didn't even change, so who cares? Gardevoir is going to change when it leaves, which is going to be the best day of my
Yeah.
life. Get so excited for that. I say with a fully built Gardevoir deck. I'm just not good enough to play it. If I was good enough to play it, I would be so sad. But I'm just not good enough to play the Gardevoir deck. But yeah, that's it for me. So we'll see you guys next month. Thank you guys so much for joining. And yeah, I think that's all. Bye everyone. Have a great night.
I
We'll
guess.
see you soon.